Alright, we back. I'll put a video. Me and Bray worked on this thing last night. I've been feeling like crap. Sinuses, I'm hoping. But anyways, we got the bags on and worked it up and down. Everything seemed to work fine. So I had to blow it back apart to weld everything out. This part is really close to the wheel. So I'm going to cut these off just in case it ever does touches a tire. It won't blow it out and it won't cut it. It'll just rub on this, which I don't see how it ever could, because after looking, it's too close to put a panhard bar in here and have this go sideways just at least a little bit. We're talking, this thing may have an inch between this and the tire. So I'm going to go with the original plan, put a plate down, and me and my buddy Bruce are going to mount some kind of, I don't know if it's polyurethane or what. It's like a hard plastic right here. Got a few scraps over here. But anyways, that way it don't squeak. So it'll just go from here down, kind of sit in there like that, and this arm will ride up and down on it, and it will not allow it to move anywhere. So we're gonna be all right. It's simple. It ain't the coolest suspension setup, but I've never seen one like it. I've seen trailing arms, but I don't know how the hell they keep them centered up. So anyways, I'm about to pull this bike out after I weld these out. I'm gonna pull this out, and I gotta weld all the motor mounts and all that stuff up, and put a brace in here from here to here. That's just a transmission cross member I had laying up in storage. It'll work just fine for this. Kind of looks cool. Then after I weld all that out, then I guess it's painting time. I did put some marks on there, about right there and right there. I'm gonna drill holes and put bolts up through them to ride in that little hole right there. You know, just about how every leaf spring rear end is. You got a little tip that keeps them sliding back and forth. I'll make this thing where you can tear it apart later on if you ever need, you know, if the rear end breaks, which I don't think it ever will. It's a full floating. This is out of a 1-ton truck, a Ram 3500. So, I mean, I don't think you'll ever break it. I really don't picture any of this weighing more. I believe rat rods at most are 5,000 pounds. I'm going to say the trailer, which thankfully A&D is going to go pick up. They're going to Norfolk as we speak right now and picking a trailer up for me. I really appreciate that. With everything in life, I can't just leave and go get stuff. I got to pick the kids up at 2 o'clock. The little boy ain't doing good. He's sick, and I've been stopped up. So anyways, that's enough of our problems. They're headed to go get a 32-foot gooseneck double car hauler that's really low to the ground. They have a bunch of car haulers, and the deck is kind of above the tire. If it's not above it, then the fender on the tire sticks up 1 or 2 inches. But what my goal is to pull up to a show with the trailer, truck, and all, and not have to unload nothing. Well, you think if those other decks on the trailers are 8 inches higher, then you're not going to be able to see the rat rods on the back of the trailer. You're going to be looking at the side of them. Well, this trailer is low enough where even as short as I am, I should be able to see the top of the hood of El Chapo, or look inside Meal Money, you know, or whatever. So it will save me a whole lot of work having to go to a show and unhook a trailer and unload cars and all that. So I'm hoping that this works out. Now, I don't know how many, that's going to be another issue I think I'm going to run into. I don't know how many shows are going to be willing to let me pull this truck, which I'm guessing is 20 foot long, at least. and a trailer that's 30 foot. So we're talking 50, 55 foot total. I'm not sure how many places are going to allow me just to pull up in there and shut the truck off. To be honest, if we're not okay with that, I probably won't go. It's just too much of a hassle to load and unload. A&D, they spend, you know, when they haul my rat rods, heck, they probably spend an hour unloading, an hour loading. I don't know, it just, with the kids and everything, it'd be really hard for me to do all that. And after I get this back end finished, which I'm trying to get it all done so then I can set my ride height up here, I still am undecided on front bag suspension. And the reason is, if I'm hauling this trailer and the front bag blows, man, that ain't gonna be a good time. And it's crazy because I've been saying that, and we go to the East Coast show at Virginia Beach last weekend. Yeah, I think it was the weekend before. Anyways, and Village Custom is pulling there with his truck that he built, and bag blows out the front. Luckily, it didn't seem like he tore anything up, and he said that the bag must have just been old because it wasn't touching nothing. You know, it wasn't rubbing the A-arm or anything like that. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. I don't want to blow a bag out on the interstate or something and the front end on this thing drop down. I may, if I do bag it, I'm going to put something there to stop it. I know it sucks, but it's not going to lay the bumper, because I'm going to put a bigger bumper on there probably. But it's not going to lay the bumper. It'll be close. But I just don't want to be going on the interstate and all of a sudden bag blow, front end drop down, and you're dragging it. I mean, it just, I don't know, that's a fear of mine, you know, with the kids and the wife, and I just don't want to chance nothing like that. So it may end up just being spring front suspension, you know, A-arm deals. I got brand new A-arms. They cost an arm and a leg, but after you buy the ball joints and the bushing on the back of those things are a pain to put in. Not that I've ever put them in. I watched a bunch of videos and it looked like people were having a hell of a time putting them in. So I just figured I'd opt out and buy the A-arms upper and lower and put them on and be done. And like everything else, I just kind of overkill it. That's just a domino effect. I'll put them on and I'll be like, you know, the tie rod ends and all that. So I'll end up just rebuilding the whole front end, being done with it, regardless if it's on bags or not. So anyways, that's what's going on. I'm going to finish that welding up and get back to it. Glenn's coming down to work on this today. Hunting season's put a halt on everything. Rifle season's in here in Virginia for 2 weeks, so you ain't got much time, but here it is, the second week, and we're working on hot rods, so that ought to show you some kind of dedication there. But anyways, we'll get back to it. Little boy come home from school today sick, and I was in there thinking, how could get Glenn to work a little more? Made this. Now, there's no excuse.
I ain't had no excuse. It was going in there one way.
I'm going to tell you one way. Hey, one way it wasn't going in there was us picking it up.
You're right. I told you that. I said, the only issue I got is how we going to get it on the lid.
Put that in there. This thing's 1,000 pounds out, so I figure that don't weigh more than 300. So anyways, I think it'll work.
I don't know. I bet that thing weighs more than that motor does.
Mm-hmm. There's lift in it, fine. Now if we just get an electric lift. That arm pumping the key. Got time somebody done some damn work to that truck.
You right. Getting no argument out of me, bud.
Oh, it takes after his daddy, don't it?
Yeah, swinging a hammer and doing nothing. Swinging a hammer and talking shit takes right after his dad.
Finally got some brake lines for this unit after 13 and a half weeks. Are they right?
Huh?
Are they right? They look right?
Yeah.
The ones I originally bought, they still ain't showed up. That's been 3 weeks ago.
That's right, you called them guys and told them to stick it.
Yeah. Guy give me a refund. He said if they show up, send them back. But he sent them DHL. Every time I've got anything from DHL, it's a mess. You fixing her back there too?
Did you get her?
Just get done putting the disc brake conversion on it.
You got everything straight back here? Huh?
You done a good job with that disc brake conversion, little buddy.
Yeah, you did.
Real good job.
You looks good, big guy.
Yeah. Other than brake line rubbing. Huh? Yeah, you look good, buddy.
Why just put that on there? You eating it off? What the hell? Dad, you moan me for
Clean the
putting
truck.
it together. You over here turning the board.
I'm gonna pull the motor back out of this truck so I can get to everything and weld it.
What are you, retarded? Huh? You're acting like a little tard. No, you hit me. You won't? You won't hit me? You.
Was you gonna hit him?
Ow!
Man, move some stuff. Get back here and set this motor out of the way. Got all this welded up.
You out now?
Got all that bolted down.
Give me one. Ow!
Paint it right there where everything meshes. That way when I paint it with a gun, I won't have to fool with that part. It won't be rusting underneath of it.
You hit me.
Let me get off here so do this real quick.
Like and subscribe. Thank you.
There you go.